Hi, this is Annie from the ADHD Minimalist, and I'd love for you to go check out my blog, theadhdminimalist.com, for more tips on decluttering, as well as lots of articles on family life with ADHD and how to make things better. So today I'd like to just jump right in. I want to talk about some things that have been sitting around my house for a long time that I finally decided to get rid of, and my reasons for why I want to get rid of these things. So hopefully, because we can always think of a reason why we should keep something. Maybe we'll need it in the future. Maybe our kids are growing and something another child outgrew and we think we should maybe keep it. All kinds of reasons for keeping stuff. So my point is that if we have maybe 5 to 10 ideas or reasons for why we can get rid of stuff, and we can maybe just have those in our back pocket, and we can get out our veto card when our brains want to tell us that we need to keep things at all costs. So we're gonna just talk through my reasoning for getting rid of some stuff today, and then maybe you can remember some of these things and then just pull out your veto card next time you are tempted to save something that you know you really shouldn't. So I have a bag of stuff here that we're gonna look at, and my family is big KU fans, and so even though I live in Sweden, I do have some KU paraphernalia. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. The first thing here is, this is a bathing suit. Here's the bottom and top. And my daughter still honestly likes this thing, but it's lost all of its like extra lining on the inside or whatever it was coated with. So honestly, I can see my phone right through this, and it's probably not protecting her from the sun or anything anymore. And if I look at it really close, it's like a spotty, like here's a bit that's left and there's a bit that's left, and the rest of this is pretty much just lost all of its integrity. It's getting really stretchy, so pretty much one of these days she's gonna put this on in the pool and it's just gonna stretch too much and fall off, and that's probably not gonna be a very good day for her. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of this, even though I know she's gonna be upset with me, because these have just lost their integrity. There isn't anything left. And honestly, this means that we were given it, so 1 or 2 children used it before my oldest daughter got it, and now my youngest is using it. So it's been through 3 or 4 kids. It's done its duty. It's time to go in the trash. Here, this is another thing from my youngest. She's 8 years old, and these pants have a hole in the butt. I don't know if you can see that, but like right there, it's a hole, and they have a hole in the knee. And honestly, my daughter doesn't really care that much about holes, and so if there's holes in the knees, it's sort of the trend right now to have some holes in your knees, but I don't really think she should be walking around with holes in the backside of her pants, because lots of times it'll happen during the day and she won't realize it's there and she'll just keep wearing it, but she doesn't like it when her underwear is showing. So we're just going to go ahead and get rid of this. And again, I mean, honestly, this is stuff that's just, it's going in the trash. And my daughter would probably keep wearing that, but I don't think it's a good idea. So I'm just going to help her make a decision and get rid of it. Here's another thing. Like, these are wool long underwear, and they're still warm and they would still technically work, but they're really ugly. I put glue on some spots because they got holes in them, and then the holes started to run. So I just glued it, which has worked. It's honestly gone through the washer and dryer. Actually, I try not to dry these. If I do put them in the dryer on accident, they kind of get ruined. So anyway, but it's gone through the washer with that glue on there. It's worked. It's just ugly. But again, she doesn't wear these unless we're probably skiing or something, and then they're under her ski clothes. But there's another glue spot there if you can see it. But here's another hole that's running. There's a bunch of new holes, and so I just kind of felt like finally she got a few things from her older sister now that she can wear. She had enough long underwear, so these aren't really necessary. And I felt like this elastic, I don't know, can you hear that? The elastic was on its last leg. So these have done their duty and it's time to go bye-bye. And honestly, sometimes like I would try to tell myself that I could fix this. I mean, I can change the elastic and I could put more glue on some holes, but it's really not worth it. She has inherited enough other pairs from her older sister that it's not worth my effort. I mean, time is money, and these have done their job. And even if I fix them, sometimes I've found that I've fixed stuff like that, and then the next time she wears it, there's another hole, and so the material is just really worn out. So you kind of just have to make a judgment call sometimes and just throw it away. Another thing here, this is also, keep covering up my face with my arm, sorry about that. Another one of those long underwear shirts, and this one has a huge hole in the sleeve. See if you can see that. It's a really big hole. And this has also been worn a lot by my older daughter. So I kind of just decided that it's done its job, and that this hole in the arm, it's so big at this point that it's really hard to fix anyway. And we just went through some stuff, and she got some shirts too. So she has enough long underwear, and this one can go in the trash. Here is, I don't know if you have this problem at your house, but this is a swimming suit top that one of my kids had, and we can't find the bottoms. And I don't know, for some reason we don't seem to have any black bottoms that match or anything either. So, and it's too small. So I think I might actually donate this to the secondhand store, because I know we've bought some swimming suits when the kids were small from the secondhand store. And sometimes it doesn't matter if you don't have the right top or the bottom, because maybe you have a bottom that matches. But it's time for this to go, because it's just been laying around in the drawer waiting to find the bottom that is probably, unfortunately, laying on a beach somewhere that we forgot. Here is a pair of pants that my older daughter grew out of, I would say. I guess she can still wear these. She can get in them, and they're cute, but they're sewn up at the bottoms, and it wasn't like super easy to undo this seam here. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and donate these. There's not really anything wrong with them. It's just that they're too short, and she had a lot of other pants, and so I just don't feel like it's worth my time to try to sit here and make them longer so somebody else can enjoy those. There's another pair of pants that my oldest daughter has grown out of. They are white pants, and so I just feel like there was enough spots on these after the summer that they weren't worth saving. I don't know. It's probably hard to see, because they're not very bold stains, but there's a little stain there, and there's more than one. And then I've already sewn them in, because my daughter's kind of like long and skinny, and the seams are already starting to bust in the back. So I just didn't feel like these were nice enough really to give to anybody else, but they're definitely too short, and I'm just gonna put that in the trash pile. Here is another pair of pants. Been going through clothes lately. These are kind of funny. My daughter like jumped up the stairs the other day because she couldn't get her feet in the pants, and she was just stuck. She has big feet, but she's skinny, and so sometimes the pants are too small. So I had to get scissors and cut up the bottom of the pants to get her feet out, and they're honestly a bit too short. So these are, I don't know, she's had them for a long time. So like here in the back, you can tell that the material is really, really thin, and pretty soon it's just gonna rip. And so that, and then it has some of those spots, you know, like these newer pants that have all the elastic and stretchy stuff in them, they'll get these spots where the elastic gives, and then it just bubbles up. So these have some of those spots, so they're not really good for anything anyway, so it's time for those to go. And this is my sweatshirt, but I got a stain on it somewhere up here by the face. Yeah, here. There's a stain there. I bleached it, I think, and so I can't get that out. It's just a permanent lighter stain. And unfortunately, I bought this and I really liked it in the beginning, but after about 3 or 4 months, I don't know what this is. It's probably PVC lettering, but it just started to bubble up and peel off. So it doesn't even look very nice. So I don't feel like I want to wear this anymore. And then I thought, well, I could just keep it and wear it for whenever I want to go painting Sometimes I help my sister-in-law wallpaper. Maybe I could just have it as a work shirt. But honestly, it's cut a little bit short, and so I just feel like I had to keep my shirt underneath on, and it had to be tucked in, or I was like freezing on my back. And when I want to work, I just want things that work for work, and this wasn't working for work. And honestly, I have other sweatshirts that are work shirts, so don't assign all of your clothes that have flaws to being work clothes, because you'll end up with an enormous pile of work clothes that you won't be able to use. You'll use probably the first 5 things of your piles, and then the rest of the stuff will never get used. And it takes a really long time to really like completely wear out something that you've been working in. Either it's like so much paint on it that it's gross or something, or that you actually wear it out long enough to get a hole in it. And that honestly takes a long time. So just keep the work clothes that you actually know that you're going to use. And if you're like me, like I can't wear this to work. If I had a job where I was actually needing like grubby work clothes because I was cleaning up at a construction site or something, maybe I would need more, but I can't wear this to work. So whatever work clothes I have, they're for working in the garden, they're for when we do renovations at home, when I paint the wall in my living room, that sort of thing. So I don't do that as often as if I would do that at work. So just make sure you have the right amount of work clothes for your life, and then let the other ones go in the trash. Oh, and here's another one. There isn't really anything wrong with this. We have bottoms to it, but the problem with it is that you can't adjust the straps. So my oldest daughter, she's getting bigger, and it just felt like this was just getting wet and like falling down, and so just didn't seem very appropriate. And so we're getting rid of this, and next time I buy a bathing suit that's a 2-piece, I need to make sure that it has those adjustable straps so that we can adjust it and so it fits properly. So this is probably going to the secondhand store. I probably need to dig out the bottoms to it if she doesn't want to keep those, but so we're just going to say bye-bye to this because it isn't practical. Sometimes we just have to let things go because they don't work for our life, but it's nice to give them to the secondhand store because maybe it will work for somebody else's life, or their body type, or their house, or whatever it is that they need might be different from what you need. So I guess a few other reasons that I would get rid of things could be maybe it's a perfectly good top, but I just quit wearing it. Honestly, I'm about to go through my drawer with my shirts, and I have some tops that I've worn a lot. Like I really, really like them for several years, and suddenly I just don't wear them anymore. So I told myself today I need to get out one of those tops and put it on and wear it for most of the day and see if it still feels good, and just try to figure out why I'm not wearing it. Because if I don't wear it because I feel like it's rubbing under my arm or something, then I might as well just give it away to someone else, because a lot of them are still in good shape. I have maybe 5. It's the same type of top and just had some like different colors on the arms or on the body of the shirt. So maybe that's something I can bless other people with if I'm not going to wear it, because having 5 shirts that I don't ever wear taking up space in my drawer isn't really doable for me, because I have a really little bedroom that I share with my husband, and we have a very little closet, and so we have drawers under the beds as well, but we don't have a lot of storage in there. And I've been trying to keep all of my clothes in the bedroom except for my winter coats and winter ski pants and winter boots and that sort of thing that we take out of the house and put in the storage room once a year and bring it in once a year. But other than that, even like my winter sweaters and stuff, I've been trying to keep all of my clothes in the bedroom, and I'm not sorting it by season, the rest of the stuff. It's just, well, it is a little bit sorted by season. Like I have a drawer for like long sleeves tops and sweaters, but what I mean is that I'm not taking all of the winter stuff out of my room every year and taking it to the storage room and then bringing in the summer stuff, because I used to do that and it took so much time. And I didn't honestly always get it done in time. And then sometimes we went half the summer and I didn't get out the kids' summer stuff. So I've been trying to have everything in the bedrooms all year if it's not winter coats and stuff. And there are a few exceptions. Sometimes I will like pack a bag of stuff and I'll write on it in the storage room, try on before vacation in May 2023. And then if we're going on a summer vacation where we know it's going to be warm and we need summer stuff that we don't need here as much, then maybe I'll hold on to that stuff, and then I'll have the girls try on all the summer stuff, and then whatever doesn't fit, we just give away to a friend or to the secondhand store. But in general, I just try to keep everything in the house as much as I can, because it saves me a lot of time. I don't have to go through everything twice a year. And I try to tell my girls, if they find something that doesn't fit, just come and bring it to me right away, so we don't have to do quite as many of these let's go through your whole closet days, because that takes a lot of time too. Either way, you probably will need to go through their closet if they have a growth spurt, or maybe your child like has switched schools or something and they need like school uniforms. There are reasons to like go through your closet, but just in general, like it saves you a lot of time to have everything in the room accessible, like in drawers, not like in tubs in your closet, but like accessible all year. So some of these things that we have just looked at, my daughters brought them to me and said, this is not working anymore, please get rid of it. So, and then I try to get rid of it right away. And unfortunately, we don't have a secondhand store really close to our house, but I like to put stuff in the car. And then as soon as I go to the secondhand store, then I just leave all of that stuff there. It's about an hour away, unfortunately. So I kind of have to like gather everything and then just do like a big, here you go, getting a little bit of everything at one time. But usually there's enough secondhand stores open in the city closest to where we live that I can leave a lot of things at least one place. I have noticed that during and after Corona, some secondhand stores have closed their donation area because they get too much stuff. I think we've been doing a really good job, at least during Corona when we were at home, of going through stuff and trying to make our home more livable, because a lot of people were at home more. I don't know if that trend will keep going or not, but apparently some of the secondhand stores were overwhelmed. So sometimes still, even though Corona isn't as much of an issue anymore, I might have to drive to 3 secondhand stores to find one that has an open, they have their back door open where you can leave all of the donations. And that honestly never happened to me before Corona. So just be aware that you might need to drive to 2 secondhand stores sometimes if they don't have the capacity to take care of everything that they're getting every month. They might close it for like the last week or so of a month and then reopen the next month. Other than that, I have some more information on my website, the ADHDminimalist.com, if you want to look at like posts that have like lots of bullet points for things that you can get rid of without stuff that you can get rid of and not have to regret it later. Like I have those lists on the website. I also have YouTube videos about things that you can get rid of and not regret it. And I have lists for like all different areas of the house. So there's a video and a list on the website. So you can go to YouTube and look at the video for decluttering your kitchen and stuff you'll never miss. There's also one for the bathroom, for the home office. I think even for some other areas of the house. So you can go watch those if you need help getting started and it just feels like a completely overwhelming task, then just get maybe 4 black trash bags. I also have a video for this. It's about how to start decluttering when you're overwhelmed or something like that, or when you have ADHD kids, like where to start when you don't know where to start. Just go to my YouTube channel, the ADHDminimalist.com, and scroll through the videos and you'll find it. I will try to put an end screen with these 2 videos at the end of this. But anyway, there's a video that talks about like you get these trash bags and then what you do is you just walk through the house, and if you find stuff that's going to the secondhand store, you put it in one trash bag for secondhand store. If you find trash, you put it in one that's for trash. If you find something that you want to give away, you might have a trash bag for that. But there was also a trash bag for hand-me-downs. And if you watch the video, then you will get the exact information. I'm just trying to pull this out of the hat. But what you could do is just like grab those trash bags, and then you get the lists of like these videos or the blog posts that talk about things, just what to start with, like literally things that people are just like happy to get out of their house, like food that's expired, for instance, that's old enough that you don't really want to eat it. That is just like you'll feel really relieved if you get that out of your space, and you won't miss it. And there's like a whole lot of other items like that that you're just not going to miss if you get rid of them. And that's a really great place to start decluttering, because then you'll get the momentum going, and then you can get into those harder spaces like sentimental items, or maybe just collections of things that you really love that you need to curtail a little bit, and so you can get them into certain space. But those kind of things, just leave those alone for now and start with the easy stuff. So I hope you have a really great day. It was fun to talk to you. Come join me again. This is my living room, and I realized I've never filmed a video from this angle before, I don't think. So this is a new angle. This is a light that I found this branch when we had a flood, and our neighbors had water like an inch below the bottom of their house. It was a house that was standing on like cement blocks, and so it was a little bit off the ground, but then the water was like an inch from the bottom. So they were praying that the house was going to be okay, and it actually just made it anyway. But then a lot of stuff washed up, and I found this branch that I just, as soon as I saw it, I was like, that needs to be a light. And then I tried putting it all different ways, and I hadn't really come up with a good solution. We had an electrician here, and he was like, you should do this. And I was like, yes, that's it. Sometimes you just need to bring somebody else into your space to get some more inspiration, or come and watch a YouTube channel and see somebody else's house. You might get some inspiration. So I hope you've been inspired today. Go check out my blog, theadhdminimalist.com, and we'll see you another day. Bye.